Hello class, today we're going to review our concept of distributive property and decomposing arrays, okay? So we're going to start with some simple two-step word problems here, and we're going to model them or represent them using an array, and then we are going to make a distributive property equation and see how we can get the same answer from that. Okay, so let's look at question 1. Mr. King plants 15 tulips in his yard. He plants them in 5 equal rows. Then he adds 2 more identical rows of tulips. How many tulips does Mr. King have now? All right. So the first things first is you want to draw what it says you have. So it says you have 5 equal rows and you're trying to get to your total of 15. Okay, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have our 5 equal rows here. I'm going to make them equal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So now I have my 5 rows. But then it says he adds 2 more identical rows. So I'm going to use another color to show you that. So I'm going to add 2 more rows here of the same number that I had in each. Okay, so now I'm going to split this or decompose this in half. And I'm going to write a multiplication sentence for the first one that I have. So basically, what's my multiplication sentence for the top array? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 times 1, 2, 3. 5 times 3, which we know equals 15. Okay, and what is my multiplication sentence for the bottom one? Well, this is 1, 2, so this is 2 times 3, which is 2 groups of 3, which equals 6. So now, this is how you would make it in distributive property. I have 5 times 3 plus 2 times 3. Okay? And I know that 5 times 3 is 15, and I know that 2 times 3 is 6. So now, the last step that I'm going to do is 15 plus 6, which we know 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. My answer is 21. So I would say King has 21 tulips. Okay? So you see how I have my array in my equation? Let's do another one. Miss Carter set up 9 chairs for her students. She puts them into 3 equal rows. Later, she adds 1 more identical row of chairs. How many chairs does Miss Carter have now? So we know that she has 9 chairs for her students, which is our total, and we're going to put them into 3 equal rows. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's my 9 chairs, and I put them into 3 rows here. But it says that she adds 1 more row. So I'm going to do that here. 1, 2, and 3. So this will make my 1 row. So now let's identify the multiplicative equation for the first array, which will be 3 times 3, which equals, if I don't know, I do my multiples of 3. So I'm going to do 3, 6, 9. That equals 9. And how many rows on the second array do I have? I have 1 row, so this will be 1 times 3 because the size of each row is 1. So that will be 3. Now here's how my equation will look. I'm going to have 3 times 3 plus 1 times 3. Well, what's 3 times 3? 9. And what's 1 times 3? 3. So 9 plus 3, 10, 11, 12. My answer is 12. So that means my solution statement will be Carter has 12 chairs in total. You could also do it like this. I have 4 rows of 3. I also know that 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay? Let's try another example. Diego has 16 toy cars. He lines them up into 4 equal rows. Then he gets 3 more identical rows of cars from his brother. How many cars does Diego have now? So I know my total is 16, right? So I'm going to draw an array of 4 rows to make 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay? But then it says he adds 3 more identical rows. So I'm going to do that here. There are my 3 rows of the exact same number of each inside of every row. So they all have the exact same size. Now I can simply use multiplication. So my multiplicative equation for the first one would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. The second multiplicative equation would be 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So I would set up my equation such as this. I'm going to do 3 times 4 plus, make sure you put your parentheses, 4 times 4. So remember, this is array 2 right here, and array 1 is right there. That's where I got my equations. I'm sorry, that's backwards. Let me do that again. Array 2, it does not matter which order you put them in. It's here, and array 1 is right here. Okay, so now I got to answer the question, well, what's 3 times 4? Well, I know that 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, now I'm going to answer the second question of what is 4 times 4. Okay, well, if I don't know my multiples of 4, I can simply use skip counting if I don't know. So let me do that here. 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay, so I know that 4 times 4 is 16. Now I'm simply going to answer the question, okay, well, what is 12 plus 16? The answer, 28. So my solution statement would be Diego has 28 cars. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right, let's talk about this next question because this one gets a little bit more tricky. So it says Lila makes 12 cupcakes, right? She makes 12 cupcakes and places them into 3 equal trays. She bakes 2 more identical trays of cupcakes. The question is asking, how many cupcakes does Layla have now? Okay, so it's very important that we look at what our total is in this problem. It's also very, very important because this is where we could get confused how many equal trays we have and the fact that she adds an additional 2 more trays, right? So if we take a look at this, I know that I have 3 equal groups. Another word for trays is groups. Okay, and I'm trying to get to 12. So I'm going to go ahead and make those groups, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it as rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, Mr. James, why did you do it like this? Well, I'm trying to get to my total of 12, but I want to make sure that I have three columns, rather, which are my trays. You have to think of this being 1 tray, this being 2 trays, and this being 3 trays. Does that make sense? Okay. Now it says that she bakes 2 more identical trays. So we're going to basically make 2 more of the same rows and columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's make 1 more to make additional 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that I've decomposed this, basically I'm going to do the same thing I did with my array earlier. So for this one here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3. What about for this one over here? This one over here, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4 times 2. So now that I'm going to make that into my equation, I'm going to have parentheses 4 times 3 plus 4 times 2. Okay? I'm going to simply multiply to find the product of both groups. So 4 times 3 makes 12 plus the 4 times 2, which makes 8. Now I'm going to add them together, and I know that 12 plus 8 is 20. So my answer would be she has 20 cupcakes. Okay? You want to be careful when you are making your array for a question like this. Okay? Because you have to understand what it meant when it said 3 equal trays. I'm labeling this right here as tray 1, tray 2, and then this would be tray 3. And then this would be my 2 identical trays. So I added another tray, again, and another tray as well. So that's tray 1 and tray 2. You can also simply just count, well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do it this way, I have 5 rows of how many? 1, 2, so there's 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 5. And I also know that 4 times 5 equals 20. All right, so that is how you would do this here. Thank you.